Hello, one and all. Or one, as the case may be. Hello. Oop. Made sure I muted that quickly. Right, tonight, I'm going to be taking things a bit easier. I am going to be sitting back, chilling out, and just doing some mega basing on the Factorio server hosted by my brother-in-law. He might be on a bit later in the Discord chat. He left to go get something to eat right before I started. So, he should be back. But, in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on some stuff. Now, my plan was I'm going to start up this iron field, and then get this other iron field over here. Let me swap over to my running suit real quick. Go. I'm going to take these two iron fields, I'm going to pump them into a train, and it's going to need to be a much bigger train than this, so take all this up. And this is the Mega Base server that I set, that my brothers-in-law, I should say, have had going for a really long time, actually. And, it's quite large. If we go to the map, like, I'm down here in this area, I'm in the lower right section of this map. And if we scroll out, this is the full size of the actual world. Got a lot of different things piled up around here. Got oil fields here, we've got copper there, we've got stuff everywhere. But one of the things that I've been wanting to do is make some circuit factories. This one here, this is a really nice circuit factory, but the problem is, if I have to start running trains to start loading up circuits, it desaturates, it overloads the trains really, really quickly. Particularly the copper line. But the iron line is just as bad as well, so we need a lot more iron and we need a lot more copper in our system. If we come here to our little internet work here, we can see that we have 173 million copper on the network, but only 26 million iron, which means this iron here needs to get onto the system fairly quick or we're going to run out. Which is kind of surprising, really. I wouldn't have thought we'd have ever run out of like 200 million iron that we had or something like that. But, what do you know? Life finds a way. So I tried coming down here to pick up, or to try and like place out the drill fields and everything like that, and then come to find out I didn't have anywhere near enough room in this inventory to be able to fill in the water that I needed to fill in and be able to lay out the entirety of this project that I'm setting up. Now this is a mega bait, this is, what is that referred to? A Railworld templated game. And so, trains are very much in essence of here. And as you can see, we've got some big ones rolling loose on the tracks. I'm just filling this in real quick here to... just to make sure that I can get rid of the landfill that's in my inventory. And let's face it, lagging out the server is a lot of fun. Sometimes. Where's that wall piece at? Here we go. There's the... Whoop, there's one train that's come back. Alright, there we go. Okay, now let's make sure this station is named correctly. Let's call this, there we go. Minig Base Construct. There we go. Okay. Now then, let's go ahead. Since I can't carry anywhere near as much as what I would need to get these two fields set up, what I was told to do was up here in the crafting base that we have set up. Is it? Okay, this is the relay right here. This is where all the trains, like, line up. Oh, this is the one that's being built. What's the active relay? It's this one right here. Might be one of them. But, no, I think this is the... Yeah, this is the actively used. I think, right over here. Yeah. Copper trains, the supply trains that come in, and the other trains that pick them up, and then you load up the supply trains, and... Yep. Got a lot of stuff there. We've got a lot of things here. These big trains, these are the ones that go out to the fields, and then they load up the smaller trains. Load them full of copper. I'm planning to send some iron over this direction as well, if possible. There's a lot of stuff that needs done over here. Iron ore dropped 412. It's okay. So you basically have 4 engines right along this, and 12 cars long. Be a perfect setup for down here, actually. So now let's find the crafting base that I was looking for earlier. Right here, I think. Yes. Okay, what's this one got on it? 1,000 drills, 2,000 efficiency modules, a bunch of substations, a bunch of power poles, a bunch of rail signals, a ton of belts, various inserters, it looks like. Looks like it's more meant for the railings. It's meant for more the building feet. This one has a bunch of pumps on it. I don't really feel like I need those, but there's a lot of filter inserters. Actually, I will want those. I don't want the filter inserters. Just because you don't want them to be, you don't want the filter, you don't want the wrong train to get in there and pick up a bunch of the wrong stuff, and you clean the system out. One's factory building, it looks like. Yeah, I'm gonna take this green one. Let's add the Minig base construct to it. Let's do a fluid count. Wait for a fluid count. And go. Alright, now if we follow this train, it's gonna start zipping along, and it's eventually gonna make its way down south to me. We'll just keep following this, because, not gonna be able to right on it anyway because I'm not anywhere near it. Oh, we're out of the radar coverage right now. It's okay. It's gotta come all the way out to here, I believe. And it's gonna turn south. Yep, turns south. All the way down, goes around all this, goes around all this, comes down. And I'm right here, waiting for it. Hmm. What size of train is that anyway? Is that a 412 or is that a 3? I don't know, and I can't get in close enough to see. $142 million iron ore. Iron. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. It's just pulled in. Alright, cool. We've got mining drills, we've got pumps, power poles. Alright, let's get out my deconstruction planner. Let's delete some rocks. And of course I need to swap out to my bot suit. And pick everything up. Oh, well, hello, my viewers, up to the viewers who've decided to show up. Andon, Commander Root, and Electrical Skateboard. Hey, how's it going, fellas? Alright, let's get this blueprint out. It's just a line of drills with the conveyor belt down the middle. Good to see the night vision kicking in there. Go. Okay, we need more rails, so let's make a quick stop by the construction train over here. Let's see which one. Right there, the front car. Let's just load up on as many of them as I can get. That's not really a lot. Alright, now let's take this, bump it out a little bit here. It up here. And drop it. That's right. Go. Okay. Put the oil refinery into my backpack. You know, stranded on a planet out in the middle of space in the middle of nowhere. That's... You have backpacks that you can fit an entire oil refinery into. Why not? Let's just inch my way along, let them place all that. I should really make a blueprint that has the power poles included. Now that I think about it. I'd think that was something I did by default, but it's not. Not. Wait, is that out of alignment? That is slightly out of alignment. That's gonna drive my OCD nuts. Well, I guess I better not hang around here too much. Let's pick up these so we don't waste the belts. I could use them. Quite a bit, really. Alright, there's that. Go. Alright, let's get this up and going here, and let's plunk down the next line over. Oh. I am now out of drills. And rails. Let's make another trip back to this train real quick. There we go, 9 of those. And now let's just grab a bunch of stacks of drills. Alright, let's go trudging back. And watch the robots work. Okay. Poles do I have? I should have hopefully enough poles to start this power. Oh, okay, let's this one here. Okay, that. That. to here, and this line. Okay. Just loading up on the power poles. My conversations partner were here, but he's getting something to eat right. Don't really have a whole heck of a lot that I can talk. Alright, there's that. Alright, tap off at that line there. And we got one drill offline. So let's just plunk us a power pole right there, and boom! It's a whole nother field online. For about 2 seconds before it all fills up all the conveyor belts and it's done. Let's run us some lines out. Some lines out here. Let's run us some lines out. Down here and there we go. Okay. This is a much larger iron field than the others. A fairly significant degree, too. Pardon me. Alright, so let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cars. So basically 2 more cars. Stick it right there past the wall, basically. Let's test that. One there, and then got one there. Yep. Full length of this car. Full length of the train. Or track. Boy, I'm tired. Ugh. Refresh my Twitch real quick. It's saying I've only been online for like 11 minutes, and I know it's been longer than... Ah, there we go. Alright then, so... let's get us some chests. Let's see, I don't want to start the chest line up there, I want to start it back here, because it's going to be a 412. You know what, just a full stack of chests on each car. Okay. Stack inserters? No, let's do the fast inserters. Line there, another one there, another set there, there. I don't have the filter inserters on that one, but I want to use the filter inserters. I'm thinking I use stacks. Well, that's the end of those fast inserters. Okay, let's go back up here into the crafting area, and let's see what other trains we had available. Okay, so that one went to building train 4. I think I'm gonna want building train... what is this? Building train 6. Or no, 2. Building train 2, sorry. Alright, do 6 building train. Go along, train. Alright. Where it is it? Minig base construct. Let's say inventory's empty. Come to me. Alright, in the meantime, let's get some conveyors laid out a bit, shall we? So it's gonna be off of a splitter. And there's this one. And then I have that one. It's also gonna be fed off a splitter. Oh, hi there, building train. I'm glad I was not on the tracks when you showed up. Alright, let's get some of these fast inserters off of here, shall we? Let's load up this line. Well, let's grab a bunch of stack inserters as well. I was expecting the broadcast mate to be back, but he's not back. So, okay. Got that half done. So now let's lay out the rest of the rails, or the conveyors, I should say. Not rails. I just don't have a lot to really say. This is just kind of a nice little zen thing to do right now. It's just kind of just plunking all this stuff down and letting the server lag out. Okay. Do conveyor belts work across cliffs? They do, but that's really far away, it would seem. Okay, 3 more of these. Right, oh, saving the map. Takes it a minute, because the map is now ginormous. Hang on, do we have any cliff explosives? Oh. I certainly hope chat's not broken again. Wait. I'm offline? Why does everything say I'm offline? I haven't dropped any frames. I'm not dropping frames, but everything there is saying I'm offline. Fresh? Huh. Boy, internet's unstable tonight. Seem. I wonder if we have any cliff explosives. Let's check that out. See any explosives in this? Shucks. We ain't got any explosives. Very well, undergrounds it is. Okay. Boom. Okay. Have that line of iron going down.
Hello.
Oh, hello, you have come back.
I finally made it back.
Yay.
And my science is still not done after AFK and all this time. What happened?
You researched a bunch of sciencey kind of nonsensical type stuff that just taking it a while to process.
Apparently. Well, it's my first high-tech science, so something probably broke. Not be surprised. Okay, so that... Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh. What? Oh, jeez.
This is not filling me with confidence hearing what you are saying.
Somehow I ended up building this where I wasn't putting in all of the ingredients into the assembly machine.
Ah.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Now we got it. Oh. Well, I haven't hardly used any long inserters, and I finally had to use some, and then I forgot them, so... Whoops.
Well, you know, at least it's all consistent.
Yeah. So instead, I've just done an extra hour of evolution. Yay!
Oh, I was wondering, since you work outside now, what did you think today was like?
You know, I actually don't work outside all that much.
Oh.
Like, sometimes I like take pictures outside, but that's about the extent of my outdoor working. So I was inside all day. The few times I went out was horrible.
Yeah, it was a genuine scorcher today.
It was hot, it was bright, it was just, ugh. Hated it.
And, sadly, when it gets this hot, air conditioners don't work very well.
Ugh. Yeah.
They can't exchange the heat hardly at all. So I think compressed refrigerant will get it up to like 110 or something like that. But when the air is 104, there's barely any cool off. Ugh. The week has been really stressful for me as well. There's this house that I'm trying to get done. And it's not a big house, but like, I was put in charge of it without being told I was going to be the one put in charge of it. The guy that I thought was going to be in charge of it just kind of like picked it up, looked at it, dropped it like a hot potato, and walked away.
Ugh.
And, he was fired this morning, so, you know. What little comfort there is in that, knowing that now I am the sole proprietor of this house's future. And I still can't seem to keep a helping hand around. Almost inevitably go to somebody else who then just hangs on to them for dear life. Oh gosh, I meant to pick up a bunch of conveyor belts and I picked up a truckload of splitters.
Oh man, so I'd say I'm mid-game now, but apparently my assembly machine 2s, I did not limit it, so I now have a steel chest full of assembly machine 2s.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'll get you to roll switches.
I've actually been auto crafting like everything this go around. Which is not usually quite what I do.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it's been something.
I keep trying not to crash. Because okay, so bearing in mind I didn't have work 2 days this week because one day I took off and then the other day was for Memorial Day weekend, right?
Right.
I still had over 30 hours on my timesheet.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
All right. You know, when you get a field of iron that has 161 million in it, there's a lot of conveyor belts you gotta go through.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I might as well just take the construction train back and swap out some of these darn splitters for some belts. It's got a car full and almost entirely full of splitters.
Really?
Yeah. Now the stream gets to see what it's like to ride a train for a very long time. Oh, did you read that Reddit post of, the Reddit guys were, like, benchmarking the system and, like, the error checking and stuff like that, and they temporarily disabled all rail signals?
Oh, yeah, like, that bug. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and it made a 3-year-old cry.
Yeah. That was hilarious.
I can imagine exactly how it went, too. Like, he just goes, you know, fires it up, and it's just like, crunch, boom, blah.
That was funny.
He's like, wait, what? Reloaded, same thing happened. Reloaded again, same thing happened. He's like, well, I guess that's what I get for playing experimental.
But the thing is, I mean, experimental is rarely unstable.
Yeah, I mean that's
really rare.
Well, and then the developers even said in their notes they did that intentionally, so that they could test other certain rules about everything and make sure they held up.
But then it ended up breaking something.
Well, no, they intentionally broke those rails. See if there was other things that would hold up. I just don't think they meant for it to go into a major public release. But the guy said now his 3-year-old won't watch Factorio with him anymore.
That's pretty funny.
Oh my gosh, okay. Alright, cancel the undergrounds, cancel the splitters. I need belts. Stupid robots. Bring me belts. Of the blue variety.
Okay. Now I can make fusion reactors.
Sweet. Okay. Only 900 rails? I can carry that on my person. Maybe 1,000 will get me where I need to go. Minig base construct. There we go. So I have actually a couple of viewers. Some guys have been sticking around for a while. Commander Root and Electrical Skateboard.
Sup?
So far, either chat's been broken or they haven't said a thing. So,
Oh, well then.
if you wouldn't mind helping diagnose that, just to be safe.
Let's see.
That routine thumping that the trains make is almost a lulling sound. Especially when you're this tired.
Yeah.
So apparently the Dark Souls remaster is now out 2 days earlier than people were expecting it. And
Really?
apparently it's a pile of hot garbage.
Really?
A lot of the major issues that the game had, they didn't really address.
Oh. Oh, geez, I accidentally made 50 Energy Shield Mark IIs.
Whoops.
Gee whiz, that must be expensive. I thought they stacked to 10, so I just limited the chest, you know? Apparently they stacked to 50. That's good to know. Gee whiz.
Would have been better to know probably half an hour ago. Or an hour, because I know how long those things take to make.
No kidding. Jeez. Okay. Alright. What do I want? I guess I want robots, huh? Ew, I wonder if I can make a Mark II. That'd be neat. Let's see.
Mark II what? Roboport?
Roboport, yeah, personal Roboport. Oh.
Oh, the personal one.
Yeah. Oh, all it costs is 250 science. Heck yeah.
I just knock down some of those old satellite dishes. No one will ever suspect a thing.
Ever. Okay. And then those just cost 5 personal Roboports and 100 blue chips. Oh man, blue chips is when your base switches from being iron hungry to copper hungry.
Oh, yes.
Because then it's like 20 green chips. I guess it's both hungry, but sure seems like I'm going to need a lot more copper all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's, yeah, it does, like, you become iron hungry, but then, you know, you've already built up by then your iron supplies, but not the copper. And then suddenly you're doing the blue chips, and that's when suddenly your copper has to catch up.
Yep.
Because, I mean, I've got barely anything for copper going. I've added that a little more, but so far it's been like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 12 furnaces for copper is it. All this time.
That's not gonna be enough.
Yeah. It's been enough until now. But of course I'm idling so much that the base has plenty of time to catch up. So when I do actually do something, well, only one part of the factory has to work, you know?
Yeah.
But now it's like I'm starving everything with these new things.
Yeah, I would have expected your brother to have hopped on by now.
Yeah?
Alright, I'm gonna get me some water real quick.
Alright.
I am sweltering all of a sudden. Alright, be right back.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Welcome back.
I am back. Pick me up some multivitamins while I was out and about, too.
Well, I'm all set for auto-crafting the RoboPort 2s as soon as the science finishes. I had to snake around the personal RoboPort 1s because they're in the middle of a mess with no room.
Oh, lovely.
So now I'm going to have a really long belt worth of them. That's going to cost a little bit to buffer.
Yeah.
I can't wait to try artillery though. That should be pretty fun.
Oh, one of those pills went down wrong.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, my multivitamins went down like sideways or something.
I hate it when that happens.
Ugh. Yeah, it's the worst. Okay, back to trying to get iron to load up onto a train. Yep, I remember this now. I remember joys and funs of mega basing. Spend 3.5 hours doing this, and it's like, yay, I've added 2 million iron to the line.
Yeah, pretty much. That's why the base I'm doing now is not allowed to become a mega base.
Well, this whole mega basing thing was your idea.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go back to it, but you know, right now I just want to make spaghetti, you know.
That's always a good thing to remind yourself every now and again. You know, just sometimes you just need to make yourself some spaghetti.
Yeah, and it's just a different game to like figure out how to intertwine all these things versus a mega base where, I mean, you're doing basically the same thing, but it's with trains on a huge scale.
Yeah. Open TTD mod for Factorio.
Yeah.
The rail world. Not even an official not even a mod, just an official mode.
I'd really love to have like a mega base that's as dense as like a dense spaghetti mega base. I don't know how you would do that, but like what I've got now, it'd be really neat if I could somehow make it, you know, 10 times bigger, just with still the same level of spaghettiness. I don't know how you would do that.
I don't know how you'd manage that.
It'd sure be neat though.
It makes me think of like Duncan and Lewis's like base by the time they got towards the end of the game. Like it's like, okay, I'm gonna get me a green circuit. That'll be 2 hours. Just because stuff was so oversaturated. The belt would take forever to get anything down to them.
Ooh. Ooh, I want to make legs. I've been running on like the junkiest equipment.
How dare you run on only your biological legs?
I know. It's awful. Who does that?
All humans are supposed to be cyborgs.
That's right.
Don't you realize it's year of stranded on a planet in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah.
With the ability to craft a oil refinery out of some bricks in your pocket.
Exactly.
We've discussed that, or at least I know I've talked to it with your brother. But it's just like, you know, here you are, you're stranded on a planet. You have, you know, no resources, you have to keep your wits about you, and you just simply have, like, the world's greatest pair of hands and the biggest backpack. I mean, for crying out loud, you can carry 10 oil refineries in one pocket.
That's true.
Just
That's pretty nice.
When you think about that, you hear about, you know, people talking about, oh, realistic this, realistic that, and it's just like, yeah, but one of my favorite games is one where you can carry 10 oil refineries in your backpack.
Yeah.
Juxtaposition really falls apart on the realism front there. I have to take up all these belts that are feeding these chests, because I don't like that. Ow. Got more than enough lines now. I can make basically each set of drills just goes straight into a set of chests. And try and figure out how to do some sort of a stabilizer across it all? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, those belts are now all cleaned up. For the most part. Oh, so a video that I watched recently, mainly due to the fact that it was talked about a lot on the podcast, for obvious reasons. The Star Wars Kinect dance-off between Total Biscuit and Jesse Cox. That day was just like an insane day. It was, Jesse Cox had just moved to LA. And his first day there, like, he's only just barely got himself into his apartment and unpacked. And they went out there to go visit him. And if you've ever seen that video, Total Biscuit Tastes America, that's the beginning of that day.
Oh, really?
Yes, that is the beginning of that day, where it was, like, just before... It was, like, early in the morning, but TB was hungry, so he looked up on his phone where to find food, and he went to, like, the Santa... He ordered food from, like, the Santa Monica, like, Boardwalk Cafe or something like that. It's basically fair food. Is what he got. And so it's stuff like a deep-fried Twinkie, falafel, you know, that sort of stuff. He takes one bite of the deep-fried Twinkie and just goes, ugh, I think I can feel my arteries clogging right now.
Ugh.
It did not look good. I can say that much. This comes from probably the most omnivorous human on the planet. It did not look good. I mean, you have a Twinkie, which is already questionable as to whether or not it's actually any good. And then you have, it battered and deep fried, which is just like the worst.
Ugh. But I don't need shields. I'll just go double Roboport. Isn't that the way to go? Who needs shields?
Yeah, who needs shields? It's not like you don't play on the railroad tracks.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh boy. I still can't believe I have 50 shields. Good grief.
Well, apparently Twitch chat is severely broken again. I still can't see if anybody's typed anything, and I can't type anything into it.
I see you saying lol.
Oh, you do see it? Okay. I don't see me. Now, lol's supposed to be like one of those universal ones, right?
It's gotta be all caps.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
See here. Does it have the little angel wings?
You got the I see the emote.
Okay.
Yeah, the little emote.
Well, I know that maybe it's a modified version of it, but I know like right after he passed away, or right after it was announced that he passed away, Twitch modified it so that it had little wings.
Oh. Yeah, I think it's back to normal now.
Either that or I'm typing the wrong one. It could be a different one.
Yeah.
Go to the trash, express splitters. I don't need 10,000 of you sitting in my inventory right now. Away with you.
Oh,
Okay.
You know what? I just remembered I actually don't want 2 Roboports because that means they'll fly further away from you, which means they'll drain more energy.
Yep.
And one nuclear power reactor in your backpack just is not enough to get the job done, you know?
I mean, it is. It just takes a lot longer to do.
Yeah. No one's got time for that.
Alright, the building train is now loaded back up. Let's go back out to the Minik base. This base I'm busy setting up. I'm setting it up for 412 size trains.
Sounds good.
So
Perfect.
we can run the big boys into that one.
Awesome.
Should have about 220 million iron in it between the two fields. So keep us going for a minute. Now, I recall you posting to Discord before where, gosh. Oh, that you put a red chip factory together? Was that on your personal world?
Yeah, that was on my personal.
Okay. I was wondering, so I was just like, wait, I was trying to lay out some infrastructure for that.
Yeah.
Just because my little green chip factory can produce train loads of those green chips, but a 2-4 train is not going to be enough copper for that thing ever.
No. Definitely not.
Never once. Is that gonna be anywhere close to enough?
Oh, now hold on. Oh, okay. Oh, I did have another smeltery for copper that I forgot about. And that has a 24 steel furnace disc, so I have been getting by with a few more
Oh,
of
okay.
those.
Okay. That one
That's
you
about
forget about.
Yeah, that's another red belt worth of it, so that's pretty good.
Have you seen that game, Detroit?
I saw that people were playing it, but when I looked at it, I saw someone streaming it, and I clicked on it, and it was a cutscene. So I was like, well, never mind. Is it any good?
I don't know. Jesse Cox is doing his playthrough on it. I mean, it's setting itself up to be a typical David Cage game. Where it's like, okay, we're busy establishing things and kind of putting stuff together. Some of the stuff is just like, okay, you know, kind of subtle, but, you know, for the most part, you know, David Cage can't do subtlety, so he's just extremely blatant about everything. The server is going up and down, all kinds of stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I keep getting server is not responding for a few seconds, and then...
Let me remote in and see what's up.
Oh, gosh. I'm rubber banding all over the place now.
Well, my main computer isn't doing anything with the internet. Let's see. The laptop's not hardly doing anything.
Are you sure it's not something like disk activity or something?
Let me check.
I mean, I have just added a ton of conveyor belts. So, CPU usage is probably spiking. Okay, I saw Est.
Okay, that was me. Let's see. Task manager is not responding. Well, that's not great.
No, it's not.
Okay, here we go. Boy, it is. I don't know if that's my remote session or the laptop being all slow. Let's see. Oh, geez. Oh, PowerShell is using. Oh, that's the game. So the game is consuming a solid core.
Wait, so Factorio uses power? Oh wait, no, PowerShell you use for the server. Okay, right.
Yeah, because it runs. I ran it from PowerShell, so it's like there's a tree, and PowerShell is the top, and you open it, and there's Factorio. That's why at first I was like, what is it doing? I'll put it above normal priority. Maybe that'll help. See, and we're not on battery saver. That's good.
Oh, so Kaylee and I found an amazing comedy show when we were down in Abilene over the weekend.
Really?
Yeah, it's called Ancient Aliens.
What was that about?
Well, it's about these old, like, ancient times historical artifacts, like stuff that goes back, like, I don't know, like Stone Age type things. And it's like these guys are convinced that these things could only have possibly been achieved through insanely advanced technology. Like there was a temple that was made out of these giant blocks that weighed 668 tons apiece, and clearly had to have been levitated into position by UFOs. but if you actually look at the blocks that these temples are made out of, it's actually blocks comprised of smaller blocks. And if they were supposedly levitated into position, well, then the little rope niches that they cut on the sides were a certain waste of time, as well as all those drag marks that you find all over the different faces of the stone. It's like, oh yeah, they totally didn't, like, tie a rope around it and just drag it up here. It was totally levitated into place because, 660 pounds is too much for a team of oxen that weigh about 3,000 pounds.
Oh, I think I figured out what's wrong with the server.
Oh, what's up?
That computer's been on for 109 days straight.
Nah, that has nothing to do with it. I'm sure.
Sure, yeah. Windows 10 is just made to run forever.
Yeah, it's like Linux. You just turn it on and it just simply works,
Just like Linux, yep, that's right. We gotta use Windows 10 for servers.
Why haven't we been doing it already? I mean, it's there.
Good question.
The technology is just there,
Yeah.
It's stable, it's steady, it supports blockchains.
Oh, gosh. Stop it. Ugh. Also, apparently I'm finally, like, not having enough oil now. It looks like I'm gonna have to beef up defenses once I start polluting a bunch more down there. Oh boy.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, once I found out I could turn off the biters and the pollution, I loved this game even more.
Yeah, I've been, I don't know, I've been kind of enjoying it as a change of pace for a minute.
Yeah, well, my thing was just the Trump wall.
Yeah.
Everything became all about the Trump wall, and it was just like, ugh.
Yeah, that was, I actually loaded up that world today to try to generate, a Google map of the place. And, I mean, that world, I mean, it's like the whole base, like, all the CPU is being used.
Yeah. Well, if you recall, we ultimately took to trying to take out biters with the trains rather than the weapons, because nukes lagged the computer too much and you could never tell if you were going to get hit or not.
Yeah. Now, like, all that biter clearing would be a lot easier now that we have artillery. That was one of the big problems, was we didn't have a good way of getting rid of it.
Yeah.
All the biters.
So it was two guys go in with tanks and try and draw all the biters' attention, and then a guy comes in behind it with a bazooka with a nuclear missile in it. Shoots it into the heart of the nest, prays they all die. And they resist nuclear after a little while. But as I do recall, it did tend to get to where you basically were watching it on a slideshow. Even if, like me, I was completely naked and hurriedly trotting across the desert towards my corpse. Ugh. Let's see, how many belts is that?
And I'm getting a lot of biter bases sprouting up.
Is there an 11 belt balancer?
I'm not sure about 11. There's a if there is, it's in the book.
A book?
The belt balancer book.
Oh, okay. Let's take a look. Nope, it only goes up to 8 to 8.
Oh. Just use use a combination of a couple and just like put two of them together side by side, and then shoot, there's a way to do that. I can't remember the exact way, but somehow you can just use like multiple and hook them up in such a way that they balance with each other.
Yeah. You know, maybe I wouldn't feel so tired if I wasn't so stressed out all the time.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow I get to have an adventure.
What's that?
I get to go to the hardware store to get one of those faucets that go like underneath the sink.
Uh-huh.
Because our front bathroom, I put it together right before we left, but the faucet that comes out of the wall that the toilet connects to leaks when you turn it on. And I don't mean like a slow drip. I mean it's like you turn it on and it's got a trickle coming out from around the handle.
Oh.
So those gaskets have not been good.
I finally have these worker robots. It's so easy to build now.
Really?
Yeah. Because I had the one thing I allowed myself to do as far as importing blueprints is use the one for oil fields. And so instead of placing down all those undergrounds, I can finally just let it build it for me.
Fair enough.
Which is really nice. And then, I've got an array of walls, but, they're not... It's like you checkerboard them. And that way the bots will get all confused trying to walk through them. But boy, is that a pain to place by hand.
Yeah, I can imagine. Alright, well. Oh, shoot.
What?
I've got a bunch of stack inserters loading iron ore into a building train.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no.
Come on, Nose, work with me here. Nose is not working with me. Dang. Okay, well, that's one half of the train busy loading up. Sheesh, I keep falling asleep at the wheel here.
Me too. Just about. I'm about to call it quits as soon as I get this oil stuff fixed.
Yeah, I might have to call this just an early night. Because I'm like, blah.
Yeah. Kidding. Okay.
You know, I wondered at one point, and I haven't really tried it out, but I've oftentimes wondered, like, in sound design and that sort of thing. Like, what do they think of? Because I know in Minecraft, originally... in Minecraft, you originally had, like, one walking sound, and that was everything.
Yeah.
And then eventually they added more walking sounds. So it's just like, okay, well now you can just, well, you know, you walk across grass, that sounds one way, cobblestone sounds another way, you know. The next thing you know, they have like 18 different sound files just for feet.
Okay. Oh, what? Oh, okay. Alright, I'm producing 15,000 oil a minute now. That's a little better. Maybe that will not be a bottleneck for a minute or two.
Doubt it. Personal experience denies that belief.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oof. I can't. My eyes open. I guess I'm glad I didn't try playing They Are Billions.
Yeah.
Because it would have fallen apart completely. Let's see, this train, it's a big 412 one. So that one has to be on the big roads on the big network, right?
Yeah, it's gotta, can't put them in the little ones. Basically, it needs to have at least one train length between intersections. So anywhere where you have a T intersection or an entrance or an exit,
Yeah.
if there's not at least a train length of your biggest train, then it can get deadlocked. And I've seen that happen on that world before, where we ran too big of trains in places where it wasn't far enough apart, and it will deadlock. They're not kidding about that.
Yeah.
So.
Ugh. Just drifting in and out of sleep constantly.
Huh.
Not as fun as it sounds, really. Afraid to say. Yet, somehow the electrical skateboard still sticks around. Ugh. Mm.
Okay.
Sheesh, I am. If I ever get to where I'm having Twitch emotes and stuff like that, I have to have one of like my lizard falling asleep because I do it so many times. Uh, just constantly drooping.
On the plus side, my defenses are seeming to work well. I don't have like an actual wall. I just have like clusters of turrets wherever I've had fighters come at me. Because it's hard to have like maintain a full-on wall. I haven't put down a single RoboPort yet.
Yeah, no, it's definitely difficult to maintain that kind of a thing. I mean, like we've said on the in Bulgaria on the Marian house, we wanted the Mariadors back as far as she could get them, stuff like that.
What?
Actually, I'm not sure what I just said.
I think you're talking about somebody's house.
Yeah,
I was
I
talking
thought I
about my
was.
game walls. We're talking about maintaining walls in the game.
Yeah. I just
You
remember.
brought it on a different level there.
I just remember the that stupid Trump wall and just all the.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're spending. You spend 2 hours running a train all the way across the map, so you can bring rocks to it, so we can expand it even further.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, okay, well now they you know, here comes a raid of the monsters. Oh, here they come, here they come. Oh, they've all been gunned down. Okay, now the entire grid browns out for the next 20 minutes as the stackers pass ammo down the line for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, well now we need to get coal in order to boost up all of these boost the power so that way we can more easily.
Well, you know,
go ahead.
the big thing with the artillery now is I think it'll actually take out bases if they get close enough.
Well, that'll be handy because literally nothing did that.
Yeah, so it's like it'll do that automatic, and then you can do manual control, and you have, of course, the train artillery. And what people will do is they'll actually bring in this huge artillery train and just decimate the entire area.
Yeah.
It's great, but I really want to try some just standalone artillery and try see what they can do because I've never shot them before.
Yeah.
Once I have artillery, I'll feel a lot better about the state of my defenses.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Also, why is my science not moving at all? What broke? Let's see. Okay, so they're not getting blue. Guess. Okay, no blues. Where do we blues?
What are you talking about?
I'm trying to decipher my spaghetti here.
Oh. Fair enough. Carry on.
It's very difficult.
Have fun.
Tracing this mess.
Have good fun, my good sir.
Yeah. Okay, so we're missing sulfuric acid. Okay, now where the heck is that being made? Okay, there's not enough sulfur. Okay, why is there not enough sulfur? Oh, so the sulfur is not even making it past the... Oh, so the sulfur is getting chewed up by all the batteries that we're making. Oh, jeez.
That generally can happen, yes.
Okay, so that's because we're not making enough sulfur for the sulfuric acid. And we're not doing that because we're not getting enough petroleum. We're not doing that because the actual... Okay, so now we're... Alright, I found the base of the problem. We don't have enough refineries. Ah, jeez. I do not have room to expand here. This is going to be a messy expansion.
Oh, sheesh. No, I put that in the wrong spot.
Well, at least I have enough oil now. I did actually, so to go along with the biters, I'm playing on Railworld, but with increased richness. So, like...
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so, like, there was hardly anything, like, right where I started. But, like, a short train ride away is 8.7 million iron, 30 million copper, 12 million coal, and 9,000% oil. So, like, I'm going to get... I mean, I've got high tech. I'm about to do artillery. I'm getting far with just my initial tiny... I mean, we're talking small train lines.
Yeah.
2, 3...
Well, in some areas of the country, it's actually more advantageous to use, like, the city vehicles and stuff like that, rather than the standard public transit.
What are you on about? What? I thought we were talking about Factorio.
Wait. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
I don't know.
I am exhausted.
Like, I see something about the game, and then you've got this, like, random opinion or idea about something completely different.
I am exhausted. I should probably not be doing this right now.
Probably not. That's hilarious.
Oh, shit.
And now there is one small spitter made it past the defenses. He snuck around all my turrets at the oil fields. Now I gotta go pick him up.
The worst.
He is.
They chew up the tires.
Yeah. Man. Oh, but now I have bots that just fix everything for me. I love it. That's so much easier.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
The wonders of the Fix-It bots.
Yes. And what's great is I, like, went straight for the Mark II Roboport. So I just have all the bots in a tier 1 suit.
Was the... Do you remember, like, a few years back when there was, like, a bot you could talk to and you could have conversations with and stuff like that, and it was like... It was like this really big thing on, like, the meme side of the internet for about 10 minutes.
I remember there was, like, a chat bot.
Helper bot, I think it was.
Oh, okay.
It was a chat, like, the original version was a chat bot, and then they made a new version where it was, like, actually, like, this lady that talked to you.
Okay.
I'm just trying to remember what it was called. It wasn't HelperBot. I'm remembering HelperBot now. HelperBot was from, Trials of Derpules. Or no, Trials of Scobles. From the Yogscast. Their The little challenge series that they did. They did several of them.
Oh, okay.
That's what Helper Bot's from. But I can't remember what that chat bot was called. You happen to remember?
No, I don't.
Alright, well, this station is ready to load up and go.
Alright. Awesome.
Let's get the building train out of here before it fills it up with any more ore. For how tired I am, I might as well be talking in my sleep.
Pretty much. I mean, that's about what it sounds like half the time.
Oh, man. But the people who showed up at the beginning appear to be very much enjoying sticking around, so, you know.
Cool.
Benefits.
That'll work.
Thunk thunk, thunk thunk, thunk thunk, thunk thunk, thunk thunk, thunk thunk. That's just a very lulling sound if you're tired.
Right. Oh man, this is a weird idea. I can just like move something over one block like quickly. Like in this entire game is like, oh, that didn't quite fit. Better just make it work and go around it or something, or make the big old mess of it just so I don't have to move everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's been kind of the fun of it, is just like just going with the flow, you know?
Yeah.
Making it work, seeing what we can do, and just playing the hand I'm dealt.
Alright, let's see here. Let's do, that requires rocket science, and I don't care about that. Sure, you know what? Coal liquefaction. Let's just do that real quick. Because, you know, who needs it anyway? Wow, it's advancing quickly.
Yeah, we have fast science in that world.
Well, in addition to that, it's all science that's being produced. Like, I don't have to launch rockets.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, didn't you say that there was, like, an achievement for sending a rocket full of fish into orbit?
Yeah.
That is too good.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're making more oil products. Okay. Maybe I should do another row of this, though. Oh. Out. No. Let's see. Oh, wait a second. Maybe I should be Maybe I should be doing advanced oil processing. I forgot about that.
If you need more petroleum gas, yeah, that'll definitely help you out.
Yep, that's my biggest problem, but I have no room for water.
Oh.
Whoops.
Oopsies.
So much for that. Guess that'll be the next row of these things. Will be advanced.
Yep. If at first you don't succeed, call it version 0.1.
Yep. Exactly. Oh man, I guess I better start making some repair packs. Now that I'm gonna be auto repairing everything, usually I just don't worry about that kind of thing.
Well, repairing is certainly nice.
Yeah. Ew, and I already have this belt with the parts needed. Green chips and gears. Now I wonder if I can actually get those snaked over to somewhere where I can use them.
At any point in the near future, are you going to beef up this iron relay that you have been building and hyping up forever?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Because I've got a double mining field setup thing that's ready for trains.
Okay. Yeah, definitely in the process. Gonna be done eventually.
Yeah, that's got no reassuring words in it whatsoever. That sentence you just spoke.
Okay, I'm going to. As soon as I get bored of this, this little personal, non-mega base world. As soon as I get bored of this, I'm gonna go back to it.
Yeah. It's just really cool to, just jump onto a train and then just ride it around its circuit a few times.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Charging everything around with rocket-fueled trains, or nuclear-fueled trains. Nuclear fuel rods in a train.
Okay. I kind of wish I was putting in Roboports just because it's getting so hard to find parts and things, but at this point, like, it's impossible to make a grid because there's no room for anything.
Yeah.
It's all just, which was on purpose, making it all nice and compact. But boy, it's hard to find stuff now because I keep forgetting where stuff is.
Yeah. Well, I think I need to go. It's been about 2 hours.
Okay.
And we already know I'm talking gibberish.
Yes,
a
you
lot
are.
of
You need
gibberish.
to go to bed.
I need to get to bed.
All right.
So.
Well, I'll catch you later.
Yeah. Have a good one. Alright, and a good night to you too as well, Twitch. Thank you for all who've come to hang out. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for not running away when I started talking like a madman, I guess. Thanks if you're new and you want to see more of what I do. It's just an exhausted tradesman rambling at the end of a long week, usually. So, just feel free to follow, and I'll try and catch you next week. Good night, everybody. Tune in next week, same day, same time, same channel, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, every Friday. Have a good night.